Hello. So today I'm going to record and practice the makeup I'm going to wear tomorrow for my branding shoot and birthday shoot. I'm using a fellow photographer to take pictures of me for my brand, and then also I'm turning 27 soon and I don't have any nice pictures of just myself, so that's what I'll be doing. No, I don't have any idea what I'll wear, but I'm probably going to do the same makeup regardless of what I wear because I'm not using any crazy colors. First, I'm going to start with my skin prep. My face is generally pretty clean. Watched it last night, did my regular skincare. But I'm going to start with the Medicube HR Glutathione Toner with some cotton pads. Shake it on there, and I like to just do this a little bit, kind of like a manual exfoliant, chemical exfoliant, double whammy. I've only been using this for a few weeks, so I'm not 100% certain that it's doing anything like glowy. 90% of the makeup I do wear is glowy. Like, I don't really go for anything matte, so I don't know if this actually pays off, but I've been using it. I mean, I've been using it enough, you know? I do like the way it feels on my skin. Like, I do feel it's almost like cleaning, like a clean sensation. But yeah, so you give it a good little shake. It says to shake it to get the essence, whatever. But when it's not shaken, it's like separated or whatever. So after that, I'm going to go ahead with the Medicube Triple Collagen Cream. Your makeup will only ever be as good as your skincare. So I like to start with the toner to like get any exfoliating things that I can, and then treat any breakouts that I have. But then also go in with moisture because I have really dry skin. So I like to get that all over my face. And then I'm also going to go in with basically the same thing, but specifically for my under eye area, the Medicube PDRN Pink Peptide Eye Cream. Hello? There we go. Just for the under eye area, because that area definitely gets dry on me. Okay, that giant glob that I just put on is kind of crazy and is enough for both eyes. And so I just kind of rub it in, push it into that under eye area. I have like dark circles or whatever, so, and if I look weird because I'm looking down, it's because there's a mirror kind of tilted down in front of me. But yeah, get that all on there so my skin is nice and prepped for this. I'm actually gonna go in with the De Alba First Spray Serum. Love this. I do feel like this helps keep my makeup to not cake. That's how I feel about it. Plus, it smells amazing. All right, so the first thing that I'm going to do is my eyes. I don't usually do anything crazy with them, but we'll see. Sorry, got a little eye boogie apparently. I have been really feeling the Hollywood Flawless, the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless filter. I think I got it, yeah, I got it in medium. And this is just a little sample size, but I will be buying the full size. It looks like this. It's like a glowy kind of filter. I don't, like base almost. And I do feel like it kind of brings all the different colors on my face together. My face is paler than the rest of my body because I use SPF daily on my face and like neck and stuff. And then I also have like redness and dark spots. And I think this kind of like finds like a common skin color and makes it all one. And what more could you ask for from something that's not even like a full foundation? Like, it says you can wear it alone or you can layer it with other stuff. I've been using my hands for this just because it's super thin, and I feel like if I put it on a beauty blender or something, like the beauty blender is just gonna take it all up. But then I kind of just rub it in, or more tamp it in. I'm looking in this mirror. But yeah, I mean, I immediately look like I've been outside and sweating, which I love that. And it doesn't stay so I don't know, wet looking, it doesn't stay like this. And this is just what I've been using as like a base for my normal base face care. But I'm gonna let that sit, and then I'm gonna go ahead and actually start on my eyes. Where is my, there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna grab a pretty dense, let me just grab this whole thing. A pretty dense eye brush. Let's see which one will be today. It'll be this one, which is the Morphe M173 brush. It's dense, it's thick, and I like this to pack on eyeshadow. And then I will be using this Morphe palette. It's the 25A palette, so pretty old. But I'm just like a gold brown girly, so that's what I will be doing. I like to go in with this shade here and densely pack it all over the lid. I should probably get something to lift this mirror higher up, but I just densely pack it like that all around as like a base color. It's a nice little creamy color. I think it is almost spot on for my skin, but again, I'm just trying to make all of the skin on my eye look in unison, because it's so different colors. There's just a lot of different colors. Okay, so that's the M173. I am going to switch brushes for this next part. I'm pulling this one, the M507 brush. Is that going to work? There you go, M507. It looks like this. Oh my goodness, how do these gurus do it? Hello? There we go. Let me find, there it goes. It looks like that. It's still densely packed, but it's fluffier because it's longer. And I'm going to go in, I'm probably going to go in with this shade right below the one I just used. So this upper shade is more like golden base, and I'm going to go down with this one and kind of put it in my crease. Not like a full cut crease, but just something for a little dimension. And really kind of create a shadow here. I do have hooded eyes, so that's not hard to do because my eyes are so deep set, but this just creates like an illusion of like an elongated pulled out eye. I have almond deep set eyes, and so I want that longer foxier look, so that's why I go in on the outside of my crease and kind of create like a rough, slightly rounded triangle with this area. I feel like this helps me personally because I don't like having to do eyeliner. I'm not good at it. I don't have a steady enough hand, and it just makes me nervous, like in general. So yeah, I like to do this because it still has that elongating feature without having to do like a heavy wing or something. But yeah, I kind of just push this into this corner and then like kind of drag it out towards where my brow is, and see, you can kind of see like it does all that. Let me get closer. So it just creates this illusion. It looks hella orange on camera. It's probably because of my settings. But it's definitely more of a brown. I just blend that out pretty good and then like double check in the mirror to make sure that everything's harmonious. Looks the same on both sides, which is like the harder part of everything when it comes to makeup. And then same exact brush. I'm going to go in with one that is a brown that is more cooler tone. So like this is the one we just used, and it's warmer, and that's why it pulls so orange. I'm going to go in with a cooler brown. And this is where I'm gonna keep it super small, like more on the actual lid and just this outer area, and just make sure it's blended. So we have a kind of gradient. So we started with that lighter shade, did the medium shade to pull out the eye, and then just packing a darker, cooler brown right on the edge and making sure it's blended really nice. Again, we're just adding to this shadowy illusion of pulling that eye out. And I'm gonna go in on the other side too, and just trying to keep it like focused on this lid to not overcrowd the blending we did with the medium or middle color that we did. And I just kind of push it around and create that shadow. See, you created that shadow right here. And now I have a little bit more of an elongated look on my eyes without having to add the liner yet, which I will do a tiny little bit of a pencil liner, I think, but not a crazy amount. So we're gonna put that Morphe palette away, and I'm gonna pull out my tried, my true, if I can find it, Artist Couture Summer Haze loose powder. I use this for a highlighter. I use this for eyeshadow. And I want a little pop. So it kind of looks like I just have a black eye right now. I promise it won't look like that at the end. But yeah, Artist Couture in Summer Haze. I'm pretty sure they don't sell this anymore. It's Diamond Glow, whatever. And it's a loose powder. I've literally used this for the probably last decade, like this exact container, and I still have so much left because I literally only need what's in the cap. And I'm gonna find my other brush. So similar to the other brush, I don't even know, this one doesn't have a brand name on it. I don't know where it came from. A densely packed brush similar to the Morphe one. See, Morphe's in this hand. This is the other one. They're similar in density and length. I just don't want to transfer any powder, so I'm going to use the blank one. And I go in and I literally just take what's off of the top of the lid and I just densely tamp this onto the inner and mid eyelid, and it just illuminates. Like I'm obsessed. Like, look at that. And it's the perfect amount of sparkle and shimmer without being like so over the top. It's not glittery, it's shimmery, if that makes sense. And I think that's why it can be used so well as a highlighter. So we will be seeing this again. I love to use it for highlight, but look at just all this definition. I'm gonna look at all this like change in the way that my eye shape is just from the shadowing that I did. And that's just because you gotta adapt and overcome if you don't like to wear fucking eyeliner. Anywho, so we're gonna close that and put it away so we don't spill any of it. And I'm gonna look for my thinnest brush, or one of my thinner, smaller brushes. And it's some kind of Morphe smudge brush that came on an eye kit a long time ago, and it's like melted and gross, but I love the tip of it. It's kind of like narrow. And I'm gonna open that Morphe palette back up to grab the cooler brown, and I'm going to kind of go in my under eye area. So that cooler brown I used right here, tap it off, and I'm gonna go in this cooler brown area, or cooler under eye area, and kind of just spread it just on the outer edge of that lower lash line. And I know it looks so dark, but I promise it's not. And just pull it up to where your eyelids meet at the point. You can probably barely tell, but in person, I swear. It's the same thing on the other side. It's just smokier, completes the eye, in my opinion, to have something, a little bit of something underneath. So now that we're at this point where I'm happy with my eyeshadow, we're just gonna leave them how they are. I don't like to do the eyeliner and lashes until later on. In the meantime, we will be doing our face. So I'm using the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint with SPF 40 in the shade Sombrio. It's gonna come out looking hella light. I promise, don't worry, everything's gonna be okay. I don't have really any areas that I really want to conceal. I trust that this is going to help. I feel like this is somewhere between like a natural finish versus like a dewy or matte. Like it's somewhere in between, which tones down that Charlotte Tilbury filter. And this is really liquidy, so we're gonna get it started up here and let gravity do some of its thing. I feel like just a couple drops, and then I use whatever's like left on the little dropper, kind of just smooth it around. Now that we've done that, my damp beauty blender, I like to use setting spray on my beauty blender. That's just how I do it. And we're gonna go ahead and blend everything out. You can see it's kind of starting to drip down my forehead. And this just like slightly lightens that halo filter or whatever we put on. And kind of finds like a perfect shade, medium shade, whatever. Let me move this. I feel like this is like affecting the way the camera is putting everything up. Let's see. Oh yeah, much gooder. But yeah, I just go in, get this all over, and then I'm gonna go in and do my contour and under eyes and everything like that. Wow, I look super gothic right now. Don't worry, that'll get fixed. But yeah, Okay, now we're gonna go in with our Tom Ford for my contour, for like my bronzer, and then we will come back and use my concealer. Where's my brush? Use my concealer for my under eye area on my T-zone. So this one is the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate Duo Contour in Intensity 2. It's not powder and it's not liquid. It's like goopy. And it looks crazy going on, but it helps complete the final look in my opinion. So I just tamp it on. You see that? It looks so brown, but it blends so perfect. I'm gonna use the excess. Yeah, there's not much. And a little goes such a long way. Oh yeah, that looks crazy still. But I promise it softens really well. And once I have my powders and such on, woo, I'm obsessed. But yeah, I use the Mange 51795 brush. Don't know where it came from, but I like it. It's an angled, densely packed brush. And I like it for my contour stuff. And I like a lot of this because I don't like how square my head is. So I like to I don't know. It looks heavy. I promise it won't be in the end. All right, and we will come back to this, but for right now I don't need it. Now there is my stuff. I should have pulled everything out that I wanted to use beforehand because my makeup drawers are not organized in any kind of way. It's just loosely thrown in there, which is crazy because like a lot of other parts of my life. Oh, this is the NYX Pro Fix Stick. In the shade Vanilla. And I like to use this under my eyes. Like that. Just tap, 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 tap. It's like a crayon. And then the little T-zone. And then I like to, because it's like angled like lipstick, I like to use the pointier side on my nose. So for this part, I use the opposite side of the Beauty Blender that I use the foundation on. I use the lighter side for my concealer. And I'm just gonna tamp that into my under eye area. I should really invest in like a handheld mirror so I can hold my head up instead of looking down. Tamp this in. Just to deal with those bags, all my baggage under my eyes. Just like that. Woo. I feel like a little bit of that summer haze came out. All right, now that we've concealed, I like to go in with the lighter color of the Tom Ford Illuminator. And with this one, I like to use a flat top, densely packed foundation brush for this. This color comes out kind of shimmery, but I mainly just use it to further blend my bronzer. Like, look at that. I look white, brown, white. I like to like have a happy medium like this, and then it all comes together later on. This is gold toned, and I still have to apply like my powder or bronzers, but this just like finds the medium between this and the under eye concealer underneath, like an underpainting kind of technique. And then I just do one little bit up here, and I will eventually come in with a nose highlighter. But for now, we're putting the Tom Ford away. This is where it gets fun. I use the Hourglass Ambient Glow Diffuse Powder. It's a little bit deceptive. It looks like this, and it's a powder. It comes out really dark. But I use this all over. It's like on top of my highlight, on top of the contour, all the way down my jawline. It's like a perfect, unfortunately, it's like a perfect like powder foundation for me, and I know that's not what it's for, but I love it. And so I just bring it up here and do the things that I would do with a powder foundation instead. I'm excited. I'm literally still in my pajamas, actually. I feel like the light is catching this area right here. Really weird. So now that we've done that with the Hourglass Ambient Diffuse Bronze Light, whatever. Little thingy. Where is it? Am I crazy? I am crazy. Okay. So this is what we're working with. It looks crazy, I understand. We're gonna go in very quickly because I am not baking. I'm just softening this glisteningness with the Airspun Honey Beige translucent powder. It's not translucent. But yeah, I like to get my little triangle thingy all saturated, but it's not even. Put it on the back of your hand and spread it out so then it's evenly coated. And so you're not overloading. And this kind of just like, for me, locks down all of the excess moisture and softens that wet, dewy look for a more natural finish. Because it's hard to find cream products that are natural finish, in my opinion. It's always dewy finish, and I do love a dewy finish. That's like my number one thing. But knowing I'm gonna be on camera tomorrow stresses me out, and I don't want to look sweat, you know? See how it like softened it so much that I don't look wet. I just look luminescent. I don't know. I like it. So now that that's all over and it's just a thin layer and I don't necessarily feel like I have to dust it off, I move on. I move on from this. So now, if I can freaking find it. Oh, it's probably in my purse. Dang it. Because my purse is not in here, guys. So I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand Blush in the shade True Butte Blush. True Butte. It has a little spongy thing on it on the top, and I do not ever apply that directly to my skin because it is really pigmented, and that's crazy. You gotta squeeze it a little bit. Hello? Oh. That's bad. And so, yeah, that's how densely pigmented it is. And so I put it on the back of my hand so I have more control. And I look for the right brush. Here it is. Slightly angled. No brand name brush. It's looser packed than the other angle brush I used. And I just go in and spread this around, get the excess all over my hand to make sure it's evenly spread on the brush, because this is really pigmented, and if I put it in the wrong spot, then it's in the wrong spot and I'm screwed. And I go in very lightly on the outer portion, like pupil center out. I already have rosacea, so I don't need any added pinkness to my cheeks. And then for the other side, I go back in. I kind of look crazy on camera like this. Maybe I shouldn't do my makeup for this. And then nothing on it, just the excess from this densely packed thing that I used with the Hourglass Ambient Glow is how I blend this in. Just whatever excess it is. Again, see, it just softens that too pinkness and leaves me with like a more sun-kissed glowy look, in my opinion. I feel like I need more bronzer on my forehead. So we're gonna go back in and do that on top of all this product I already put. So I'm going in with the Tom Ford cream palette thingy, or duo. Oh yeah, I missed some up here. I skipped a whole step, and that's okay, because this is gonna work. Look, now I look sunburnt. But this will blend out, and who knows, maybe layering it like this on accident helps. I don't know. But this is just for the look. I'm not wearing this today, you know. Oh yeah, we softened that a lot. I feel like it's still pretty crazy. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And my hairline is weird. See, like this side of my hairline starts up here, but this, I have baby hairs. I don't know why I don't have baby hairs right there. So that definitely adds to the deception, I feel like. Okay, we're just gonna stop touching it. I can't really move my eyebrows, but okay, so this is where we're at. I'm not gonna nose contour. I don't like my nose, but I'm okay enough with it that I'm not gonna touch it. I'm not the greatest at nose contour. I do it, it's just, I'm not doing that today. So now, I'm also not doing lashes today. I know I insinuated that I would, but I have limited pairs of lashes. I like to use I think it's Kiss Lash brand Freckles half lash strips, and I place them underneath my lashes with the regular duo glue, whatever. But for today, I'm gonna go in with this Or wait, no, I'm not going in with mascara. I still need my eyeliner. So I'm looking for this one. That's not it actually. I lied. I'm a liar. Okay, here we go. Okay, this is the eye pencil, NYX Professional Eye Pencil in dark brown. I'm going to go in on my upper waterline. Da-da-da. And I have to lift my eye like this to do it. And I'm just doing the outside little corner of the upper part. Again, adding to that elongating look. And then I also feel like my waterline is so glaringly obvious. Like I can see my waterline all the time. And so I like having that illusion of a thicker lash line by having a brown thingy. Because I like the density. When I have my lashes on, I like the density on the outside. I don't need much. That's why I use the half lashes, because I don't need much. Now I'm going to grab my lash curler and then go in with the Colossal Bubble Lash Mascara in brown. But first I'm going to do this. And I don't touch my eyeshadow when I do it because I'm scared. I don't like lash curlers. This one has a little comb on it. Does that look crazy? Sorry, I'm like holding my breath because I'm so scared of lash curlers. I've seen so many horror stories. But I do need it because I have like painfully straight eyelashes. Okay, so now I've done my lash curling. I'm going in with the Colossal Bubble in dark brown. Mascara, yes, I got it on TikTok Shop. Yes, I recommend it. No, I don't have a link. But I could one day. And I like to do this, just one layer of it and then let it dry. And then I go in with a second layer. So this is what we're working with. Probably doesn't look like much because I don't have very many eyelashes. I'm like SpongeBob when he has like 3 eyelashes. But yeah, just one light little coat of it, and then I go back in with a second layer when this dries down. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna dry it because I have a fan, my cutie little fan. And then I'm going to do my second layer of mascara, lower lash mascara, touch up my brows. I don't really need to do my brows. I got thick and luscious brows. I usually just like clean them off from any residual makeup that got on them. And then we'll get in more natural lighting because right now I've got a yellow light source, natural morning light over here. We're just gonna get in regular lighting and see what this looks like because I feel kind of crazy right now. I feel like I look weird. But it's also because I just don't like being on camera. Okay, so now that we did that drying for my lashes, I'm going to go back in and then do one layer on the bottom. But I'm doing my second layer right now. This just like makes them darker without being like super black. And thicker, in my opinion. I could be wrong. I have been like rocking my natural lashes lately. More so than the lash strips or falsies or whatever. Like I've done it all with my lashes. I've had extensions. I've done the little tiny pieces where you have to manually put on each little triplet of lashes. Like I've done full lash strips, half lash strips. I've done the mascara that like adds fibers, like fiber mascara or whatever. And so far my favorite is the Freckles style from Kiss half lash, but I can rarely get it in store and I don't like waiting. I also just don't do my makeup often enough to... Every time I do my makeup, I record it. At least that's what it feels like. Now I'm going to have a little water break and try to fix my drawer. It's a vintage piece. It's like from the 70s. And it's falling apart. Okay. Now I'm going to go in with my little beauty Q-tips and clean up my brows like I said I would. This is gross, but I'm going to lick it. And I'm just gonna get any excess powder that I had been playing with off of the brow so they don't look as... See, look how much came off. That all came off of just my eyebrow. Y'all watched me. So we do that. And just get the powder off of my brow hairs because I got crazy brows. They're really dense, you know what I'm saying? And I always feel like they look bad, but I don't like putting makeup on my brows because then I just feel like they're too enhanced. You know what I'm saying? The other side of it, look again, and I'm going to clean up my lips. Again, just getting off any products that spread to them. And look, so much makeup came off of my lips. Now, I'm going to go in with my new Truffle NYX lip liner. I love this shit. I always forget that I am allowed to curse. No one's here to stop me. I don't overline my lips. I like my lips the size they are, so I just follow my vermilion border, which is lighter colored than the rest of my lips, and that's annoying. But my whole family's lips are that way, where our vermilion border, see it? It's lighter than the rest of our lips, and I don't know what that means. Can someone tell me? So I just tighten my bottom lip and go over my vermilion border with it. And now my vermilion border isn't so light. And this might be controversial, I don't know. But my trick to the perfect lip liner, especially for like these more neutral looks, is get a lip liner that's the same color as your nipples. It matches. That's what I suggest. I do go in and fill in like the little corners a little bit. I feel like it helps with a little more of a pursed look without having to purse your lips. You see how it like comes in like that. And now I don't have to, because at rest, it looks like I'm doing that from doing that in the corners. Which some people don't like that. Too bad. I do. And now, oh my god, all the things that I like are in my purse. Okay, we're gonna go in with the Artist Couture Lippy in the color Shameless. This is what it looks like. And I ordered this directly from the Artist Couture website. It's kind of a mauve-y, maybe a shade darker than my natural lip color. It's super thick though, so sorry if you hear that quacking, that's my ducks. See, it's kind of just an enhanced version of my lips. And then I just smooth it around to blend with that lip liner. A little bit. It looks crazy on camera. In my mirror, it doesn't. Okay, now I'm gonna go final touches with my Artist Couture loose powder again. This time I'm gonna use a giant fluffy, oh, it's right in front of me, fluffy brush. Not a giant, it's not giant. But I am gonna use a fluffy brush for this. And again, just grab what's in the lid, tap, tap, tap. Oh, you can see it. And then I just all over for a glow that's not wet looking. Boop. And this is where we're at. What are our thoughts? I'm gonna turn this so the light is more balanced. So this is the makeup I'm considering wearing for my branding and bridal shoot tomorrow. Thanks for joining me.